But all styles is bullshit. Okay, let's be clear here. It should be called open styles, okay, not all styles. First of all styles means all styles, but you don't have all styles in these battles because, you know, everybody can't do all styles. What you're having is a b-boy versus a locker or a crumper versus a popper, which is a style versus style battle or an open styles battle. All styles means you can do all styles. Now, shameless plug, I have an event. It's called Step Your Game Up. And we have an all styles battle. But guess what? The styles are on a wheel. We put a bunch of styles on the wheel spinning. And whatever style it stops on, you have to battle in that style. And we play the accompanying music to go with it. And every 20 seconds, the wheel spins. So if you're a b-boy and it stops on dance hall, I'm saying, so that's an all styles battle where you're required to actually be able to do all styles. It should be called open styles. Now, as he was saying, these are all just labels. They're meaningless, okay? The music counts, and the music has a dance to go with it. So if you play, you know, funk, now there's different kinds of funk. The Earth, Wind & Fire plays funk. You know, Kool and the Gang has funk. You have P-Funk, which is Parliament Funkadelic. You have Zap. You have G-Funk. You know, you have all kinds of different kinds of funk. It's a terminology that Pete came up with just to, you know, clarify the West Coast styles of dance and where they come from. Because with these labels, you'll have, you know, media just say, you know, everything is hip hop. You know, vlogging is hip hop. Oh, that's hip hop. Whacking, oh, that's hip hop. You know, crumping, oh, that's hip hop. When these styles have their own history, their own, you know, paradigm, you know, and that's what Pete was trying to do. Now, for a while it worked, but then over time it created more confusion because again, you have b-boys who dance to funk too, you know, and then you have the greatest funk of all time, which is James Brown. Now, James Brown, you can pop to it, you can lock to it, you can break to it, you can whack to it, you can do hip hop to it, you can do house to it, but is it funk? Yeah, it's funk. So, is it funk styles? No, you know. So these are just labels, just like old school, middle school, and new school. Okay, because if you call something old school, like I remember years ago, you know, they were telling us we were the middle school. We were the bridge between old school and new school. Well, that was 25 years ago. So are we still in the middle? And if we're not in the middle, or we're old school, then breaking was what came before us. Are they older school? If locking's older than breaking, so is that the oldest school? Okay, salsa's older than locking, and rocking is older. I mean, rocking and locking are older than breaking, but salsa's older than that. Lindy hop's older than that. So is that the prehistoric school? Jurassic school? The Big Bang school? How far back do you want to go? It starts to get ridiculous. So that's why you only use these labels, you know, as a reference point. And then once you have an understanding of the reference point, get rid of it. Because once you go down that road, then it becomes a longer explanation and more exposition, and it becomes ridiculous. You know, so just if they're interested, you know, I don't mean to be blunt, but fuck funk styles. Just say popping, locking. Just give them the specific of the style and let them find out. Because, okay, funk styles is nice, but I've seen some poppers get off to house music, you know, to electronic music. I've seen poppers dance to you know, dance hall. That's how you got flexing. You know, so different music inspires different movement. And if you lock into, you know, one piece of terminology, then it kind of becomes redundant over time. You know, so, you know, it was just, again, that was originally Papa Pete's idea to, you know, give the history and separate the West Coast art forms from the East Coast art forms, because not everything is hip hop. Hip hop is breaking, freestyle, and now light feed. All that other shit is street dance.